I am a publisher, writer, editor, daughter, sister, auntie, dog mom, and many other things, including currently a cancer patient. But I am not a doctor or medical professional of any sort. What you are about to watch is an episode of my journey through cancer. I'm sharing my adventure with you in hopes that you'll find something here that's comforting and maybe even inspiring. This video is not intended to provide any sort of diagnosis or treatment plan. Please go talk with your doctor for professional medical advice. Okay, so it has taken me a while to get to part 3 of this little series. In part 1 of this attitude adjustment series, I talked about how disorienting it is to be through with cancer treatment and then to find, after the trials of treatment are done, that you are nosediving into depression. It's disorienting and it is common. And if you want to watch that video, I'll link it here. And in part 2, I talked about the first steps I'm taking to adjust the framework through which I'm viewing this post-treatment era, and that is to get back to basics and follow the latest cancer prevention guidelines, and which, as with a great deal of health advice, revolves around diet and exercise. And I will link that here as well. But let's start this video, part 3, with the acknowledgement that nothing in life is for sure. None of us knows what our doctor is going to tell us when we walk into her office. But getting myself back into battle mode, it gives me a sense of purpose. It gives me something to focus on, and it makes me feel as if I'm doing all the things that have the potential to give me the best outcome. And you've got to stay focused on that potential outcome even when you get equivocal news from your doctor. And I can't tell you how important that is. Okay, why have I been in a, let's say, funk for the last month? Major debilitating fucking funk. I've talked to my doctors and to other cancer patients, and they have identified that fight or flight is the main problem. And that is, although I have had a huge, happy chunk of miraculous news about my cancer fight, there are still those 2 damned lymph nodes that remain unresolved. There is still the possibility that there is cancer in my body, and rational or not, I feel as if I'm living with an enemy within. My colorectal surgeon gave me a lot of reason to be hopeful that we could put a more definitive punctuation mark at the end of this phase of cancer treatment than this question mark I've been living with. She said the lymph nodes are in places where she could perform a quick surgery and pluck them out, and we'd be done with them, which would be fine with me. But she wanted to wait until I had spoken with my oncologists before we determined that this minor surgery was indeed the next step. And my radiation oncologist nixed the surgery. See, he told me that while the lymph nodes were in easily accessible places in my pelvic area, they were also located in areas that had been radiated in the course of cancer treatment, and operating on radiated tissue could be complicated and even dangerous, as radiated tissues don't heal in the same way that normal, typical, unradiated tissues will heal. So, the potential enemy remains within, which, again, rationally or not, makes me feel as if every step I take is slippery. Also, because the plan is to monitor the lymph nodes with monthly MRIs, and because surgery might become necessary in the next month, or the month after that, or the month after that, my doctors will still have lots of reasons to need to be able to access my port, so I can't have it removed. Not yet, anyway, and the port has become truly obtrusive, mostly because I've lost so much weight that it sticks out of my chest, and I think I've said this before, like a third nipple. And it pulls and it itches, so I always know it's there. it doesn't help that several of my friends have actually used the word frail to describe me in recent weeks. I mean, I know I've lost a great deal of weight, but I have been working out diligently through it all with my trainer, and I'm actually graduating to increasingly heavier weights every few weeks or so. So I do feel that I'm getting stronger, at least at the physical level, even if people can't see it right now. I hope they might in time. And yeah, I know exercise is supposed to release all these endorphins in your body, and that's supposed to improve your mood. And, you know, what can I say? Maybe it would be worse if I wasn't working out. My problem remains more immediate. I know what I have to do in order to pull myself out of this slump. I go over the process again and again in my head as I'm curled up on the sofa or in bed trying to get myself moving. Anyway, for the third time in 2 weeks, I have forced myself to my feet today. I have taken a shower, got myself dressed. Today I am dressed, and this is progress. And if I can't do this more consistently in the near future, then it's on to the Prozac option to give myself a kick in the ass. I don't want to go that way. I have always been naturally cheerful, but I really don't want to feel like this for much longer. So if you want to follow a deeper dive into what I'm calling the not safe for work aspects of cancer treatment and recovery, you can follow me on Patreon, and I am planning on a new Patreon update in the near future. Part of the progress. The Patreon link is below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you again soon with another update. If you liked this video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe, and ring the bell. Also, don't forget to call your senators and your congresspeople to demand universal health care, and most importantly, don't forget to vote.